Hey everybody, Dragonfire here, and I'm coming at you with another video. I have got some new CDs that I wanted to share with you, some new albums that I picked up at the record store today, and got some really good deals, pretty cheap. I got some CDs and cassettes. So the first album that I picked up here is Aerosmith, Done with Mirrors. So you can see the CD there, and here's the back cover, the track listing. I believe this one came out in '85, so this would have been the one right before Permanent Vacation, which is my favorite Aerosmith albums. Come from late '80s and mid '90s. That 3-album run there with Permanent Vacation, Pump, and Get a Grip. So this is the one right before Permanent Vacation, and definitely looking forward to giving this album a try. Definitely can't go wrong with some 80s Aerosmith. So Aerosmith, Done with Mirrors. And I'll be giving you my tapes and CDs that I just picked up here. I'm trying to go in alphabetical order by band name. This is Cassette here of Blue Oyster Cult and Fire of Unknown Origin. And I've heard that this is one of Blue Oyster Cult's better albums. I do have a Blue Oyster Cult's Greatest Hits on CD, but I think this is the first individual album that I have for Blue Oyster Cult. And you can see the track listing there. So that's Blue Oyster Cult on cassette there. And yeah, this is Fire of Unknown Origins. Okay, next up, got some Cheap Trick. I own all of the Cheap Trick albums, that all of them on CD, all the 70s, 80s, and all the way through the mid 90s. This is Dream Police. This is one of their 70s albums. Dream Police might be their most famous song, and these were a great pickup, by the way. Here I got a shop where these were 99 cents each. The cassettes were 99 cents each. There's a shop closer to where I live. It has dollar cassettes. So, good way to pick up some good albums. Here's another Cheap Trick one. This one is from the early 80s, All Shook Up. Cheap Trick, and there's the track listing there. Cheap Trick, just a great band, underrated in my opinion. Another Cheap Trick here. This is Lap of Luxury. This is I believe a mid to late 80s one, I think around 88. Lap of Luxury by Cheap Trick. And you can see the track listing there. And then we got Deep Purple. This is Masters and Slaves by Deep Purple. Or sorry, Slaves and Masters, I guess is the title of the album. And I believe, okay, the back here says 1990. That sounds about right, I guess. So this is a later Deep Purple album, and the Deep Purple had been around but for a long time. Their first album coming out in 1968. I kind of like the album art on that one for Deep Purple. And one of my favorite bands, I did a video on them recently, and that's Foreigner. I believe at the time I did not have any Foreigner on cassette tape, but you can see this is Foreigner on cassette. Inside information, a late 80s album from the band Foreigner. Okay, now we're getting back to another CD. This is a mid-90s album, Green Jelly, Serial Killer Soundtrack. This one's most famous for the song Three Little Pigs. I'm going to see the track listing there. So yeah, this is probably their most famous album. Three Little Pigs was an earlier song that had appeared on one of their earlier albums, but they redid it for this album and released it as a single, and it became a success. Yeah, the copyright says original copyright 1993. I think that's the year that this album came out. Got a re-release, it looks like, in 2012 there. So yeah, Serial Killer Soundtrack from the band Green Jelly. Originally called Green Jello, but Jello was copyrighted, so they had to change it to Jelly. Okay, next up here, we got Halloween. Keeper of the Seven Keys Part 2. Unfortunately, they did not have Part 1 there with it. But yeah, Keeper of the Seven Keys Part 2 from Halloween. I think this is the first Halloween album that I have in my collection. We'll do Iron Maiden next. Here, Iron Maiden, this is Somewhere Back in Time, best of 1980 through 89. So they're Iron Maiden's greatest hits of the 80s. It's the time period when Iron Maiden had a lot of their greatest hits in the 1980s. Yeah, so some good Iron Maiden there. Of course, Iron Maiden always known for great album covers. Next up, let's do Lynch Mob here, and this is one that I got on CD not that long ago. This is the second album from Lynch Mob. I believe I have both of their two albums now on cassette tape, as well as both of them on CD. Yeah, so their first album, Wicked Sensation, and their second album, self-titled Lynch Mob album. There. Next up, let's go with Striper, great hair metal band. To Hell with the Devil, probably their most famous album from the band Striper. And you can see the track listing there. The title track, one of the great songs of the hair metal genre. Striper, the most famous Christian hair metal band. And I was able to grab a couple of Stripers. This is the In God We Trust album. And you can see the track listing there. Striper, In God We Trust. So yeah, got a couple of Striper albums. That's really cool. And got some George Thorogood and the Destroyers. Rocking My Life Away. You know, the more I listen to George Thorogood and the Destroyers, the more I love this band, this group, George Thorogood and his band. Really just one of my favorite artists, and I love his stuff more and more every time I listen to it. Got another George Thorogood and the Destroyers, Ride Till I Die. You can see the track listing there. So, picked up a few of these. Half a boy and half a man. Yeah, every time I listen to George Thorogood and the Destroyers, I just have more and more appreciation for him. And Live in '99. Yeah. Oh, one bourbon, one scotch, and one beer. Love that song. Love I Drink Alone. Who Do You Love? Of course, Bad to the Bone is one of his biggest hits, probably his biggest ever hit. You Talk Too Much. Yeah. Good stuff there. I believe this is the second live album from George Thorogood and the Destroyers. And let's see here, Warrant, Cherry Pie. Yeah, this is the way that yeah, love to have this one on cassette tape. One of my absolute favorites. Man, Cherry Pie, Uncle Tom's Cabin, I Saw Red, You're the Only Hell Your Mama Ever Raised, Ode to Tipper Gore. This is a fantastic album. Warrant, Cherry Pie. Okay. It's nice to have some of these on cassette. And finally, WWF The Music Volume 4, World Wrestling Federation The Music Volume 4. So yeah. Got the theme songs for Chris Jericho, Big Show, Mark Henry, Mankind, D'Lo Brown, Undertaker, Edge, The Rock. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. Alright, well that is my video showing some of the new adds to my collection here on both cassette tape and on CD. Got some of my favorite bands in there. Got George Thorogood and the Destroyers, Lynch Mob, Iron Maiden, Striper, Cheap Trick, Blue Oyster Cult, Warrant. Yeah, add some Halloween to my collection, Foreigner, Deep Purple. So, yeah, thanks for checking out my new finds. All right, everybody, Dragonfire out.